Now in the event that you don't have a tarp to practice with at home, I'll use a blanket for this next demonstration for the A-frame. It's just a simple down blanket, an old Christmas gift. I'm going to design this tarp to sit for 2 people. Again, a blanket can protect you a bit from the rain depending on the fabric. It's mainly for shade though in this situation, but right now this is just for practice so you can experience building a tarp without grommets this time. So the first thing we're going to want to do is find the middle of the tarp so that we can secure it to the upper points. This is the top of the A-frame. So I'm going to again use a stone to put in the corner or the edge here, and I'm going to wrap it in. I'm going to secure to that with whatever I have. So in this case I'm going to use a clove hitch. Next time I'll use an overhand with a slip just to show you. And here I would use a top line hitch because I'm not sure how much length I'm going to need, so I'm going to give myself lots of room to move around with. So find the midpoint, fold it in half. There it is right there. Find another stone and throw it in there so I can tie things off. There's a stone. This time I'm going to use just for something different, an overhand and a slip. So I'm going to go around. This is left over right. Tie that. And now right over left with a bite. Send the bite through all the way and tighten it. Now if it doesn't work, I can just untie it really quickly again. Okay. Now at this point I'm going to probably want to tighten this one because now I know where it's going to sit in the middle. You might realize that this is maybe too far away. If that's the case, if it's too far away, I'm going to have to bring it closer. I was wrong the first time. So I'm going to do this again. Now for this one here, I don't have anything to secure it up to the top with, so I'm going to actually just put my hiking pole here and then tie it straight down again. I'll change the angle here so you can see that. So now I don't have grommet, so I can't just stick it through like I did last time. Now if this is secure here, I can do a small clove hitch, attach it there, or if there's a basket on it like there is in this case, not a basket case, around, you can just loop it around once or twice, and as long as there's enough tension on it, it shouldn't come undone. If you want it a bit more secure, you could put a clove hitch on there. Now I'm going to stake it to the ground again, remembering the peg goes on a perpendicular angle. At this point, it's likely this will fall over, especially if you're using 2 poles. This is not a great angle, I'll be honest. I should bring the whole thing further over. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to peg it as if this was over here, so it's more of a 45-degree angle. Otherwise it's bound to pull out. So now it's going to fall over for sure. There we go. So now I'm going to put my peg in. Use my favorite knot, the clove hitch. Throw it around, tighten it, and now fix everything else up. So now I'm going to want to make sure that this is under the right type of tension. It's too loose right now. Tighten it again with this beautiful top line hitch. There's a good chance it'll fall over right now because there's nothing holding it from the sides, which is okay. I have to just be patient. So now again, because I don't want to cut my rope, it's going to try to fall over on me again and again, and that's okay. Because I don't want to cut my rope in half, I'm going to use the same rope for 2 sides right now. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to get the exact half point in my rope and then figure out how long the blanket is and then measure out from here so that I can have this spot just like I did with the lean-to, not under any tension. So I'm going to use about this much rope. There'll be a little excess, and that's okay. So this will be pegged out here. Again, I can't be super finalized on this yet because I might need to adjust it a little bit. So I'll peg it out here in a second. I'll do the same thing on this side with another stone. So we're going to attach the end of our tarps to these ropes and pegs. We'll raise this up. Okay, so I've got the pegs now. At this point, I'm going to raise this up so we know how high generally it's going to be. And then you're going to have to measure it out with your hand and then go from there. This time, for this corner, I'm just going to use a regular peg. Here's my point for my rope that I'm going to use. And here's how far out I can go. With two people, this is much easier. For my other side, I'm just going to use a rock. Sometimes rocks can be a huge pain to tie off to because the rope just keeps slipping off of. So once you get it tied right around the middle generally, you can pile some other rocks on top of it to keep it from pulling as well. This is probably not a big enough rock for this, but again, I live in the city, so there's not a whole lot of resources in terms of massive rocks lying around. For this one, I'm just going to use a basic square knot. The slip knot comes off enough, easy enough if I want it to come off quickly. When you do this, again, you want the knot as close to the tarp as possible. If you have it on this side, it'll slide around. But for now, this is doing pretty well. It's going to keep it out anyway. Again, you want to pile some rocks over top of this to keep it from moving. I'm going to adjust this one a little bit because it's coming straight out instead of on an angle. Now we do the other side. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Grab two stones, take my rope, find the midpoint. Find the midpoint in the blanket, move over from there so I can use the same rope. So I'm not cutting the rope all the time. Because next time I might need a longer rope. This is much too short. I have to make that longer somehow. So I'd have to adjust it. This is why it's nice to have a clove hitch that can be adjusted. Now, if I were doing this one again, I would probably make these just a bit farther out if I had some longer rope. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot of room for two people in there, but I can sit. And someone can sit across from me. You can play a game of cards in the rain. That's your basic shelter. Some things to consider. This would be catching rain here, so we need to make this longer, adjust the folds in such a way that it wasn't going to catch rain. And this part here, as you can see, is not a right angle anymore, so that's probably what's causing it. If I just pull this out, it would make a huge difference. Anyway, it's a basic shelter for you. If you have any questions, email me so we can get this figured out so you can try this by yourself this week.